How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It'd help out me a ton, especially because why not? Let's celebrate. Do me a favor, everybody. Do everybody a favor, because guess what? Yes, that's right. You saw it by the thumbnail. The king is back. That just sounded really good for the return of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm not trying to say it's bad. Don't worry about it. Anyway, doesn't matter. JJK is back with chapter 153. I am so incredibly happy to see this series back. And yeah, we started off with a pretty good chapter. This was a lot of fun. So we start off with Kenjaku telling Megumi and Itadori. I guess Itadori was there as well. I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody was still there. He's telling them that Hikari has actually been running basically an illegal fight club through an abandoned parking lot. Like multi-story parking garage. We're gonna go there, try to get in contact with Hikari. As they're approaching Megumi and Itadori, they end up changing their clothes around a little bit so that way they aren't recognized as members of Jujutsu High. This is because Hikari is not on the greatest terms with Jujutsu High, so yeah, we're trying to infiltrate. And this is actually one part I really loved about this chapter, is it wasn't just, alright, let's get back into it, let's get some fights, let's get some setup for the culling game. No, we're doing some infiltrating, some Mission Impossible kind of sneaking around, planning around the scenes and all this kind of stuff. Like, this is fun. I like this. This is a kind of new area that the series has never really gone at. And I enjoy this. I don't expect us to delve super deep into it like it's an actual Mission Impossible or like Ocean's 11 or something. I don't think we're going to do that. But a little bit of that influence is fun for a little bit. I enjoy it so far. And there's actually one scene specifically with Megumi later on in the chapter from this angle, this whole infiltrating type of thing, that was super cool and I loved it. Megumi also tells Itadori, he's like, just so you know, I don't expect him to be a good person. People have told me that he's kind of an ass, but we kind of want him on our side for fighting prowess. So they're walking in and there's guards sitting out front. There's this like manager type guy that has a phone to talk to Hikari. There's the big dude to be intimidating and all this stuff. So Megumi has a really awesome scene where this dude throws a big punch at him and he does that typical cool guy thing in movies and anime and comics and everything, where you just don't move at all, like the fist comes right at you, nothing, just cold, deadpan stare. Gotta love it. It's always cool. You can't mess that up. So, do this, there's some little back and forth. Megumi said something about a guy who only acted tough. And this guy's like, oh yeah, this dude went missing like a month ago. I don't know if he was just shooting a blank out there, like hoping it would hit, or if he like got that information from somewhere. I'm not really sure about that part. That kind of went over my head a little bit. If you know, let me know down in the comments. So yeah, either way, that doesn't really matter. I'm kind of just a big dum-dum anyway, so things go over my head sometimes. That's alright. Eventually we get to the point where Hikari, the boss, calls down to the guy with the phone, and he's like, yeah, let him in. We're going to let him fight. But he's letting Yuji fight, not Megumi. Says he doesn't like Megumi. Just, I think from the camera, maybe he knows who Megumi is. I don't know. He might just be like, I don't like that guy's vibe. And Megumi also tells Itadori that he doesn't really want to make a move tonight. He doesn't want to chance the possibility of, like, scaring Hikari off, because Hikari probably just doesn't want to deal with Jujutsu sorcerers and stuff right now. At least associated with Jujutsu High. So he says, I don't really want to do this tonight, but I also don't want to wait because we have the deadline coming up with his sister, all this stuff. And he says, if there is even a hint of me getting found out, I'm going to get out. So we go to Itadori. He's waiting to start his fight. The big scary dude is talking to him. And he says, no using curse techniques, none of this stuff. And Yuji's like, why? I mean, I don't really care if somebody uses a curse technique against me. And he says, well, there's non-sorcerers watching, so we need to make the fights interesting. If somebody's using a curse technique and these people can't see it, that's not really much of an interesting fight. So we're pretty much sticking to hand, which is great considering it's Yuji going in. We also learned that a lot of the fights are just straight-out fights. But for people who do well that the boss ends up liking, that end up putting on a really good show, that people want to see more of, the boss will write out scripts for them. So Yuji's like, oh, I just got to put on a really good show of violence. He's like, I can do that. I love my boy Yuji. So we get in there, and it's it's Panda in the arena. Yuji's opponent is Panda. What is Panda doing? I did not expect Panda to just randomly show up as Yuji's opponent in this. That was absolutely wonderful. that was the last thing I expected, for Japan to just be chilling there waiting. So, awesome surprise for the return chapter. That was great. You can see the look in Yuji's face, that huge smile he gets when he realizes Panda's the guy on the other side. Yeah, that was me. I was actually, more than that, I was laughing. But there's a point that you're going to laugh way more at here in a second. So we cut to Hikari real quick, and he's sitting there saying this is going to be a boring fight. No name Jujutsu sorcerer that nobody's heard of is going to beat Panda. Like, that's just not happening. It's not going to beat Panda. So, not happening. So, but we cut back, and Yuji's putting on a great show. He's jumping up into the air and coming back down, fighting vertically. And Hikari mentions this later. He's like, he fought vertically just so the people on the upper level could get a better look at it. He's like, no, I like this kid. So, yeah, Yuji's putting on a show. I have a video on my channel talking about how Yuji is a drip king, and it's not about his clothing. It's about his fighting style. This dude is just clean. Yuji's talking to Panda. He's like, hey, are you here? And they're literally just fighting this whole time. Like, hey, are you here for Hikari too? Yeah, all right, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's why I'm here. And Panda's like, yeah, I know. He knows me. So he's trying to avoid me. But yeah, he hasn't ran or anything. So they're like, all right, we got to put on a good show. Yuji, you know what to do. Hit me. I'll make it look good. And Yuji just absolutely blasts Panda in the stomach. And this is my favorite part of the chapter, because you see Panda on the ground just like dying, gasping for air, like, Yuji, you're a bad actor. I'm gonna call the Society for Prevention of Mistreatment of Animals. Oh, they're gonna hear about this. They're gonna want to talk to you. Oh, God. That was the most hilarious thing I read all day, and I've read multiple manga chapters. I was dying. I wish I would have had a live reaction for that, because I could not. I need you to know how funny I found that. That was amazing. Anyway, so this is when we cut to Hikari at the end. And yeah, he's super excited. He's like, nah, we're booking this kid for fights. I'm making up a whole book of script for this kid. They ask him, what are we doing with Megumi? And this is that moment I was talking about, that little infiltrating side. Megumi is literally in this dude's shadow that is talking on the phone to Hikari, and he's just melded with it perfectly, and oh, that panel was so cool. So yeah, Megumi is like the super spy, but I mean, with shadow power, I kind of expected and wanted him to do this kind of exact thing. So yeah, I was super happy with that. But yeah, we get introduced to Hikari Kinji very formally for the first time, and Hoshi Kirabara? Kirara? Hoshike. Hoshike is psychic. Hoshike. That is her new name from now on. I don't know. Yeah. Hoshike. Alright. Yeah, no, this chapter was awesome. Good fighting between Yuji and Panda. Fun stuff. Not a whole lot there. It was just some back and forth, little fist throwing. I don't think that was supposed to be the main skeptical. I think that was a lot for laughs. Just the shock of seeing Panda there, and then Panda's reaction to the gut punch that was not supposed to be that hard. Yeah, that was absolutely hilarious. Awesome, cool little Mission Impossible side to this chapter, and probably the next few chapters for this little mini arc, getting set up for things. Can't wait to see what Hikari can actually do, because I'm sure we will get into that at least a little bit. But yeah, this was awesome. I'm so happy that Jujutsu Kaisen's back. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.